All right. What is up, tycoons? What's up, traders? Super excited for today's video on a favorite of mine, SOFI. Now, SOFI is crushing it again off of earnings. Each earnings report, SOFI has a history of performing very, very well. And really just, kind of beating expectations, right? If we take a look here, we can, see, that it's up, all right, basically on the forecast of profitability this year. Their loss narrows in Q4, revenue rises, the shares rise, and just good stuff, right? SoFi is really one of those stocks that's getting beat up by this bear market. And it's affecting everything, right? It's not only affecting big tech names, it's affecting the small fintech plays as well. And a lot of things really get caught up in the mix, but you can see that SoFi just really has been crushing it on earnings each time, even in 2022, right? Even in a brutal bear market, it's been able to, have a really good performance after earnings. If you take a look, we did have a nice little setup coming into this, right? We had a nice little cup and handle forming right here. We got the breakout before earnings heading into it. We broke out, retested, and then boom, we got the play out. So, sometimes technical analysis will work on the, around earnings, and give you some, possible outcomes of where it can go to the upside or to the downside. But overall, earnings is, a fundamental play. Here's our cup and handle there. Again, we broke that trend line, retested it, and boom, we took off very nicely. Now, I want to give you guys a big picture outlook on SoFi that I've had pretty much, let's go to the weekly chart so it's a little bit clearer. That really I've been tracking on SoFi for over a year. Okay. And so, this is something that you really need to keep in mind is we're still really in this neutral territory for SoFi. We came down and we tested our bear market lows over here right around $4. And that's actually where we started our rally and really rallied back up over here in December. But overall, you have to keep in mind that we've basically been in this bearish channel here in purple. Okay. Now I have some predictions that in the next bull market, right, SoFi could possibly come back up to about $10 to $14. And this could take a while, right? This could take till 2024, could take till 2025. Maybe it comes sooner, maybe it comes later. And then, once we reach our next euphoria cycle in the market, that's when SoFi has the chance of, breaking out past 14 and coming up to this previous levels of 24.54, maybe even retest all-time highs. There's a lot of stocks, okay, that aren't going to test their all-time highs anytime soon. SoFi definitely could be one of them. All right. So many stocks just got pumped up really, really large during, the previous bull market that we had. It was a very historic bull market, lots of short squeezes going on. We had, everything going on with Robinhood and, Wall Street bets, and drove a lot of valuations up to where they didn't necessarily need to be. So, but we've followed this great, right, and really beautifully, right? We had a false breakout to the upside of this bearish channel. We had a false breakout to the downside of this bearish channel. But since then, we've really been respecting it. So, if you notice here, we rejected really since summer of 2022, right? This is July of 2022. And then this is October over here. We've really been rejecting the middle half of this bearish channel. And then over here in December, we're rejecting it again. Well, 2023 is off to a great start, and we broke past this channel, and we're actually now in the upper half of our bearish channel. So that is a good sign. We're kind of in this neutral territory. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow later this year, if things remain bullish, and let's say Powell says the right things that he needs to do to keep the market afloat, I wouldn't be surprised if we do rise up possibly to $8, maybe even $10. But I'm not too optimistic, right? Because we still have our trend line here that we need to break out of, right? We've rejected it a few times. Okay, we rejected it here. We had a false breakout here, and we haven't retested it since. So it's going to be a very strong resistance line coming up. And a lot of times after earnings, even though we do get the pops, we do end up dropping shortly afterwards, right? We have an earnings pop over here, we move up, and then it comes back down. Earnings pop over here, moves up, comes back down. Earnings pop over here, move up, come back down. So, that could happen again, and this could just be part of the earnings pop, and things could reverse back down. This is kind of like a neutral territory for me, right? Where SoFi is not necessarily super overvalued. It's not super undervalued, but it's really just, going through the right cycles that is needed really in this bear market. And but yeah, this is a really good chart to have for you guys to realize, kind of the long-term potential here on what SoFi has really been battling, some of the major levels, and where we could possibly head back down to, right? If we come down and try to make new lows, we could be heading back down to $4. Okay. So keep an open mindset about that. Just because earnings is bullish doesn't mean that the stock has to continue to rally really, really big every single day. As you can see, it is up about 13% right now. I believe at one point earlier in the day, it was up 15%. Love to see that. Love to see SoFi. I love playing SoFi on earnings. Unfortunately, I did stay away from SoFi on this earnings. This is like one of the first SoFi earnings that I did not play any call options. So I do regret that, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. Shout out SoFi. Love it when you go fly, right? That's it for today's video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, okay?